Do you guys like the new background? It's spookier. I saw that there's like this big cold front going through basically all of the US. It's the bomb! Just like the wait, no, that's inappropriate. But yes, this new background is definitely a little bit darker. A little bit more moody. I was hoping it kind of set the tone because you guys are in Polaris. And there's no day. I was, a nice cheery snowstorm is just not the vibe I was going for this game. So, and eventually if you guys get out of Polaris, which Akashaba is doomed to never do, then we might have another background change to another snowy scene. But yeah, I wanted to change it because of the polar vortex or whatever. This has been a dream the whole time. But weep. Oh, hey, Tabby. Oh, yes, I slam start stream button and it's time for the cat to stand in front of my monitor. You know it. It's gonna be like this, raccoon tanuki guy with a vendetta. He just wants your money. Alright. See, even my chat is sick. Everybody is sick. I think I just got a cold. Like, I haven't been around people, so I'm like, where did this manifest from? Like, literally came out of nowhere. I do got the heckin' congestion, though. How has everybody else's week been? I have missed everyone greatly in between D&D sessions. Yes, I do want you to share that when you're done with it, please. Share your art. We'll show it off at the end of the stream for fan art. Yeah. Yeah, I can help you with the coloring and stuff. Oh my god, why is my avatar lagging? I can definitely help you. Turns out my everything is just going to stutter today, so... Nice. It should be. Whoa! I don't think that's what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is about at all. What? Hold on, for some reason also my chat can only hear you. I literally don't know what happened in between sessions. I haven't been on my computer since, so... Hang tight.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or his Bizarre Adventure in Egypt, because that's the map it was on, and people just started spamming. It was like actually one of the most engaging tweets we ever had. Like people started spamming, "Is this a JoJo's reference?" to our Twitter.
Yeah, I thought it was great. We needed more of that, not less of it.
Well, you know, I
but World Cup's coming back. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
All right. Yay! Your voices are fixed. Great.
Huzzah!
Yay, that's way better.
Hooray! Avatars are still borked for today for some reason, so apologies for that. But we're gonna get started. We don't have Flix today, so apologies for anybody watching for Flix. No, nobody?
I would actually assume it's
I do, so I'm out.
Yeah, fuck this, I'm out.
Wow.
I only play for Flix.
Previously on Arctis Ascended, you all are... Oh god. Well, you're getting your final MacGuffin out of Castle Vicadis's basement, as my internet remains stable. The last session, you all entered the hatchery, where Victoria Vicadis was keeping a strange dragon amalgamation pieced together with parts of other dragons and stapled on into a vaguely humanoid shape. Its purpose was creating corrupted eggs, which sat about the very, well, not hospitable chamber. Guarding the hatchery were a couple very dangerous dragonborn who had sworn allegiance to Tiamat. The other vampires within were taking care of this hatchery, and the coffins that line the walls seemed to be full of strange fluids that these eggs sat in. Now, without examining the contents of the coffins further, Akashapa attempted to cast light upon the corruption that saturated the area. But it failed, as the corrupted eggs were lingering in the soup, sealed inside these stone coffins. And now, as we return to the base of Castle Vicadis, as you stare down a dragon abomination and its protective wards, as Sai narrowly dodged a second disintegrate that was very close to taking his life. But where is the Locket of Undeath that you need to discover in order to gain access to Victoria Vicadis's chambers? Let's find out.
This.
Stop. Epic music. Begin creepy music. Flix will be very busy exploring the contents of the coffins, if you would like him to. But otherwise, Sai, Akashapa, and Rain stare down the long, creepy hallway as the lights descend to a dull greenish hue, shrouding the dragonflesh abomination in its miasma of acid and stench.
Well, okay. So, the last two lockets were actually behind a secret door. Maybe we should start there. Should we look for the secret doors? Or do we really want to fight this dragon at the end of the hall?
We'll follow whatever you want to do, Rain, but that dragon is shooting out eggs. The longer we wait, the more eggs are going to be there.
Are we sure she's shooting out more eggs? Have we seen her actually?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I think two, and one came out and it looked at me and then you told me to come out, and I was very happy that you did because it was scary.
The egg looked at you.
Yeah, I think so. And then the big one made more sounds, and it sounded like more were coming.
Hey, it wouldn't really surprise me at the end of the day. When I tried to purge whatever is squishing around in those little crypts over there, I could definitely feel presence of things in there. So, as weird as it sounds, maybe Egg did look inside.
Mm-hmm.
Akashva just kind of shrugs like, hey, it could happen.
As you stand about the chamber and discuss, you begin to hear the soft sounds of the dragonflesh abomination's labored breathing at the end of the hall, sounding wet and gurgly through patchy lungs. Aside from that, you do notice the stony scratching sound of small, malformed dragon claws clawing on the inside of the coffins lining the walls.
I guess we could also systematically murder all of the little munchkins in their coffins.
Maybe that's actually probably a good thing to do.
You know, so they don't get us from behind.
Yeah, also, just that kind of existence, probably miserable hellscape.
But first, I'm going to check the sarcophagus, because I'm trying to check it for like a week, it seems like.
It's strange how that works.
Rain, the top of the sarcophagus depicts a vampiric priest with a silvered dagger in one hand and a stake in the other. Strange iconology. Aside from that, the coffin lies on a decorative pile of rugs, and the dais kind of stands up about a foot from the base below it. Now, the stairs leading up to it have small channels that seem to sink into the floor. And as you examine the coffin from all angles, you notice that these channels come from the coffin on the north, the west, the east, and the south side. The channels go under the dais, so it appears almost like they're seams between the concrete, as opposed to channels, potentially carrying some viscous fluid.
So it seems like they're seams more than channels.
It seems like they're, well, with that investigation roll, it seems to you like they're channels more than seams.
Okay. So does it look like it's for fluid to go in or to go out?
It looks like, also with your incredibly high investigation check, there's a significant amount of dark brown fingerprints all over the top of this sarcophagus, indicating that it is handled at a slightly regular basis. The most disturbing part is that most of this cracked brown residue is around the mouth of the sarcophagus.
Well, they were doing some ritual when we came in with like one of the unhatched over the top of this thing, right? If I recall correctly.
They were. Oh, where'd Sai go?
I just heard a roll and Sai disappeared. That's
Good
never a good sign.
question.
That's also what I heard. A roll, Sai disappeared.
I'm not sure. I was changing
Did you
numbers
step on
before.
another disintegrate ray?
I mean, I'm communicating to you from the after. Oh, I'm back. No, I just closed my eyes. And apparently, when I close my eyes, I can't see you, but you can't see me.
What are you, like, Invisible Boy?
Oh my god, it's Invisible Man!
Okay. Should we open the sarcophagus? Maybe the thing's inside. It does seem to be some kind of central ritual thing. Did it look trapped with that investigation check, Christina?
No, it did not.
Akashva just gives like, a little shrug.
Okay. Can your big buddy help?
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Rain just dangles her small, helpless elf arms.
Akasha's shield guardian just anime materializes back in. What do you want, a strength check from the big guy?
I do. Give me strength or athletics if he's got it.
Let's see, how do I see if he has a...
He doesn't have any abilities, so it's just strength.
Okay.
Yeah, he just straight up doesn't have any abilities because he's a big pile of armor. He doesn't know anything.
Is that it, Rain, or are you or Scythius assisting the shield guardian, or is it just...
Sure. Rain is
Absolutely
totally
not.
directing. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Roll with advantage. Oh. Double twos. Double twos. No
Okay,
going
so,
to Vegas today.
He doesn't speak your language.
The shield guardian's large and awkward hands are really not meant to grab the lid of this sarcophagus. It's kind of meant to be slid aside, and he awkwardly fumbles at it. Rain and Sai, you can make me an athletics check.
Akashiba walks over as he just is watching the shield guardian do this. No, we've talked about this. It's not like when you punched like those dragon people or like skeletons. No, it's like this. And Akashiba kind of like bends over and like shows the sliding motion. No, like this shield guardian. Based on that role play, get the shield guardian roll again.
The shield guardian. Hold on, my cat is being very large and has knocked my microphone over. Ahem. The shield guardian is fumbling about. You're kind of concerned he's going to break the sarcophagus. He can try again, but there will be a chance that the lid will shatter.
Alright, he'll try again.
Get him, shield guardian, Shan. Oh.
Cool.
He's just simply too bulky for this delicate operation. You think between you and Rain you might be able to slide it aside. The reason why he might be having some trouble is there's some latches on the side of the sarcophagus, so it doesn't slide so easily.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, obviously.
Alright, big guy, get on over there. You try your best. Then, maybe we can get these.
Sure. Well, here, I'll get the latches for you, Akashiba.
Alright.
Click, click.
The top of the sarcophagus can now be slid very easily aside. You can both make me an athletics check. Your DC is very low. Oh, good. Oh,
Whoa.
great. Great, the pity DC. Together, and thankfully it does take both of your efforts to slide the coffin aside, and Rain, immediately the strong smell of iron assaults your nose, as this coffin appears to be half full of a dark, bubbling crimson liquid. It's very similar to blood, but it seems to have a life of its own. Herbals and royals in the bottom of the coffin. You can see that there are these round, like plugs that are in the north and the south, the east, the west, in the bottom of the coffin. Probably where the blood is siphoned off to, and then put in the channels, and then to wherever their final destination may be. However, the blood in here is it's still plugged up and not ready to be processed. The
I'm going to
underside.
say we-
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
One more little thing. The underside of the coffin reveals that the mouth of the sarcophagus opens. There are runes inside, and it seems like whenever blood is poured inside, a magical effect occurs. Rain and Akashiba, you can make me an Arcana check.
I'm getting all the bad rolls out of the way for fights.
That's
right?
blood magic, Akashiba. That shit's evil.
Akashiba wrinkles his nose. Ugh, these kinds of magics are abominable.
Rain, with that Arcana check, well, that's just some lightly preservation magic, probably to keep the blood from congealing. but it's still blood magic. I don't know why it's Southern blood magic, but all blood magic is apparently Texan.
Are we in like? Is this like the honky tonk?
Oh, I was just like, because I had to give Akashiba a simple explanation. It's because it's the bad blood magic. But Rain gets the more detailed explanation of, yes, the blood gets poured into the mouth as a part of whatever processing occurs, and is preserved, and then disseminated amongst the coffins.
This blood magic is built Ford tough.
Well, now we're never getting a Ford sponsorship. Thanks, Akashiba.
Well, that's okay. I'm more of a Nissan guy anyway.
Akashiba, would you like to do the honors and, I don't know, bathe this weird blood shit in some of your radiant light?
Yes, of course.
And then I'll clean it up.
Akashiba is going to use a non-spell slotty roleplay spell to make the light, assuming the DM is fine with that.
Is he making light? Just light? Or is he making sunlight?
He's making sacred flame light.
Radiant, damn it.
There's a lot of blood in here. Are you gonna cantrip it to death?
Listen, unlike some people in the Discord, I am not a blood expert. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that if I just light it, it's supposed to be purified.
Gosh, I'll allow it.
All right.
It's just like shining UV light inside your veins to get rid of COVID. It works totally the same.
Yeah. It is, the light will. I can't say it. Sorry.
As the contents of the coffin bubble and slosh about, even though the coffin is not moving, Akashiba, I want you to describe to me what you are doing purify.
At first, Akashiba holds out his hands
For me.
and looks down at the blood. Begone, foul curse, from this place. For some reason, talking like William Shatner. Nothing happens, and so Akashiba frowns, and then you just see him mumble something under his breath that's like imperceptible. And then the same effect you've been seeing hitting all the dragons and undead in this place hits the coffin. For 14 radiant damage.
Alright, Akashiba. You cast your sacred flame into the bloody sarcophagus, and you swear you hear it shriek, a high, droning note.
Sometimes you just have to get difficult with it, he says, looking at the slime.
The slime?
Joshua, is this food for the coffins?
Akashiba just looks over, like, honestly stunned. What?
I mean, it's alive.
The slime
thought.
is now irritated by the intrusion of the radiant damage. It's still malformed. It congeals under the light, not entirely burning away, but kind of clumping together into some half-formed mass that maybe vaguely looks like a dragon? Pseudopods made of congealed blood and light and clotted flesh all seem to begin to squirm about, looking to escape the sarcophagus.
Akashiba's gonna hit it again.
Oh, I bet he will. As briefly, we are going to enter initiative as you all decide what you are going to do with the sarcophagus slime. I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative for me. I'm going to roll Shield Guardian. He goes after Akashiba. Tabby, this is the third time. What do I need to tell you today? Why don't you go in the love sack? Yeah, in the love sack. Woo! All right.
I'm also being assaulted by my tabby.
He is a monster today.
I was going to say, the size difference between my tabby and I is much less disadvantageous for me.
All right. Let us pause that banger.
Does this slime deserve this?
He's a tiny lad.
You say that, Kashba, but you better be careful. You know, you only get one round before he pops you in the mouth with one of them pseudopods for like 14d6 worth of blood damage.
Listen, unless he tries to
Sabius.
give me like a toy or something, he's not going to fool me.
The sarcophagus.
Yeah, as soon as
slime-
Atheist sees a more solid thing come out of this liquid, yeah, he's scared as hell. He's just gonna stab. There's no
That's
thinking
fair.
going on here.
That's fair.
So the slime is still in the sarcophagus, or is it like coming up out of the sarcophagus?
It's in the sarcophagus currently, trying to come out.
Is Akashba helping me flank?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right, let's do it. All right, that hits. We're gonna do sneak attack damage to this one. All right. Do you need to know if like radiant or anything?
Nope, it'll auto-calculate.
Okay. Can Sai tell if this is doing like an actual effect to this thing? We'll do an insight check.
Go ahead and insight. Sai, as you stab at it with your sword, large chunks of flesh and blood are coming apart from the main mass. It does look like it's taking damage. Would you like to see its hit points?
No, let's get a vulnerability instead.
Yeah.
If any of my damages were doing something good.
It does not have a vulnerability.
All right, stab again. Seems to be somewhat vulnerable.
Blorp. 20 is gonna hit.
Just regular damage.
I like
Another
his Sai
23.
just stab.
The Rain or Akashba, is this? And he gestures to the rest of the sarcophagus. Is this food, or what are we considering this? And that's the end of Sai's turn.
Akashaba.
Is it food?
Akashba looks over at Rain and just kind of shrugs. And, I don't know, man. I don't know.
How many
Akashaba's-
times can he try to consume vampiric blood in you know what, never mind.
Not for me, but I'll explain next turn.
Don't forget disruption, if it applies.
That's gonna hit.
Is that just other formula? Is that what we established?
It is.
All right. So what is versatile versus damage again for this?
So you can hold your mace in one or two hands, but you don't get AC bonus if you have if you're wearing a shield. You can't wear it in
I'm
two
wearing a
hands if you
shield,
have a
actually.
shield.
Yeah, I don't actually think I'm wearing a shield. Let me just double check real quick. Nope, I'm not wearing a shield. Why am I not wearing a shield though? That just seems stupid. Why would I not have a shield? Okay, no, I have a shield. Okay.
I'm looking at your inventory.
Yeah, it's equipped.
Yeah, so you cannot do versatile. He makes a wisdom save. He's gonna fail the save for the disruption. If he has 25 or fewer hit points, he does not.
I'm also trying to find blessed strikes on here. Sorry, I just never do this.
I think it's just a D8, right?
Well, it's supposed to be in features, I think. No, I'm not seeing. All right, I'm just gonna roll a d8. It's fine.
You could also just type in blessed. You couldn't search it under your features. Just type in blessed.
I'll do that after my turn. I don't want to slow this down.
7 damage.
Yep. And then Akashba, because he has mobile, is just gonna walk away because he just does that. Why? How is this thing still up? It's a little tiny slime. It should be gone. Ren, finish it off.
You all are slapping away at the sarcophagus that's essentially full of gack, and you're sending clotted bits of blood, gack, and gore everywhere except the sarcophagus. I guess that's working. Is everything gangs up on the little guy?
Big
we're
Ascended,
supposed
of
to try to
course.
talk to this
Hanging up
thing?
on the little guy.
Absolutely not. I think this reaction is warranted.
Alright, that's 20 damage from the gallum.
Next up, the sarcophagus slime, still barely holding on to its form. Will attempt to... Let's see.
It's gonna possess Sai, and we're gonna have to murder Sai.
Sai, out of the body of the sarcophagus slime, seems to piece together a single human eyeball suspended on a long pseudopod, and it blinks at you. Sai? One moment, please. Sai, you fail your con save. And you will take
That blinks back.
12 necrotic damage. Looks like that was halved because you are resistant to necrotic. Your hit point maximum is reduced by the amount equal to the necrotic damage taken. Sai, your max hit points are reduced by 6.
Okay, looks like I have to do that manually.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
Okay. Done.
The sarcophagus slime gains 6 hit points. Sai briefly looks disoriented as the eye stalk blinks at him with a corrupting gaze. One moment, please. Corrupting gaze and two slime attacks. Sorry, so he's got more stuff. The other pseudopods, as he wiggles the wiggles the eye towards Sai. He tries to slam him with his pseudopods. That's gonna miss. Now it's Rain's turn. 2 pseudopods slap against his tree armor, doing nothing.
Oh, well, I don't like that. We're just gonna Ray of Frost. Oh, that's a crit.
Okay. As you hit the last remaining parts of the sarcophagus slime with your Ray of Frost, it freezes up into just a bloodied ice cube, the single malformed eyeball, frozen open. The rest of the slime is frozen on the bottom of the sarcophagus.
Sorry, I have to take Freya out again. She's being fussy.
Well, I mean, it was stronger than I expected, to be honest, but, you know, it's... And then he looks down the hallway. Oh, there are a lot of those. And he looks next to him. Oh, is there one in here?
It's still bubbling too, Akasha. I have this novel that I've been reading when you've been sleeping a lot extra, and Sai holds up a very simple spell scroll. It's taken me a long time. I thought it was a recipe for like I don't know, pancakes, and I wanted to make better pancakes for everyone, but I think it's more about like food preparation. I can maybe, like, if you think this is unpure blood, which is food for all the dragons, I could try to purify it, and maybe that would act the opposite for them and be poison.
Akashba hears your words. He looks at Rain. Rain is just completely still.
Rain is too stunned to speak.
You know what? Yeah, sure, Sai. Why not? Let me just get back here a little bit. Let me just get back. Let me get... Okay, Shield Guardian, you get back.
Sai, as Rain's Ray of Frost freezes the sarcophagus slime and it kills it, the eyeball that was staring at you freezes over. And as you're talking to Akashaba, you notice that it bursts like a little bubble. And there's a tiny little seed in there. Thorny and, well, it looks like a plant seed.
Oh yeah, Sai is gonna try to sleight of hands this and pocket it. Oh nope.
Sai, you drop it on the ground.
Oh, sorry, Kashba, I dropped the paper, which he's still holding in his hand, and then he drops it, looking at you. And then goes to pick up the seed and pick up the paper.
As you see Sai kind of half-acidly palm at the eye stalk that was remaining, something slips out of the eyeball and tumbles to the ground, landing here. It looks like a burr, a spiked seed surrounded by many, many prongs. It's about, let's say, the size of an almond seed, and dangerous to touch.
Oh, look, Scythius, you like to collect seeds and whatnot, don't you? Look, and he kind of gestures towards it.
Sai meanwhile, like, tried to pick it up as discreetly as he possibly could. You said it's damaging to touch?
It is very pointy. It's like handling a small, like, cactus or like a burr. So I would just be careful. Now, you are a druid, so I'll allow you to do this without harm.
Yeah, we're gonna just pocket that for later.
This is happening, Akashba looks over at Rain again, and still just no response, and then Akashba looks back at Sai and goes, "Alright."
Sorry.
All right, sorry. As I was, Rain, this piece of paper that you gave to me, it's very long, took me a long time to understand, but I think, with all of my wisdom, that if I purify this blood, it will make it not good for all of the coffins that are trying to drink from it.
I'm sorry, what piece of paper that I gave you?
Oh, this one. Don't consume, don't place. Alright, put it in chat.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
Yeah! Sai looks so proud of himself, even though nothing is going to happen.
Really
And
strains strains the belief of what constitutes as food, but you know, powers of the universe do love to be litigious, so...
Sai, explain to me what you're doing.
He's deciphering this spell scroll as best he can, speaking a lot of the druidic words that are on it, and every now and then looking down and like kind of stirring the blood as though it's a stew.
The remains of the blood in the bottom of the sarcophagus are frozen due to Rain's ray of frost. They crumble around like many ice cubes long forgotten in the bottom of a what are the ice chest? Ice chest.
I'm sorry, did we just make like blood slushy in here? Is that what
I mean,
happened?
that is what Sai is apparently trying to do.
Frozen
he-
bloody margaritas?
Seeing that, he kind of uses produce flame as he needs to, just like with regular cooking, to like simmer it and make sure that it's still a liquid that can go down the channels.
Sai begins to melt some of the remains of the sarcophagus slime. And the bottom parts of the sarcophagus, where the holes are where the blood is meant to go, are currently stoppered shut. You can open them if you like.
Did his purification seem to have any noticeable effect?
It did not have any noticeable effect.
Sai reaches out to try to undo the stoppers, but not with any sort of alacrity.
Okay. There's one right next to you. There's four of them. One on the north, one very close to you, one towards the feet, and two by the arms.
Yeah,
So,
just
what
start
you're-
doing them one by one.
So your theory is... Your theory is you're going to feed it to all the things in the sarcophagus now?
Yeah, but it's like
it's
it's like
to
feeding
do
bad
what?
things because it's normally they want impure stuff as the monsters they are, right? And now it's not impure, it's pure. So that's going to mean that it's the opposite for them. So poison.
Rain, you see a tiny rivulet of blood appear in the cracks as Sai is undoing the stoppers at the base of the sarcophagus. You see some blood here, and you see some blood trickle out here, and here, and here.
And just to be clear, you're going to test this theory by unleashing all of it everywhere all at once. Not going to try to be, even the least bit scientific about this.
He's holding all four stoppers. I could put them back? Or are you saying this is good? I'm confused.
Rain peers over the sarcophagus, like
The
is it
sarcophagus
drained
is
now?
now empty.
Yep, I think it's a little bit late now, Sai.
Oh, well, I mean, we're still. I'm nervous about the timetable on the end of the hall with the dragon mama.
Yeah, well,
Akashaba, the sound of scratching in the coffin that you're standing next to gets louder, more insistent.
This is all highly entertaining, but I do think whatever is in these here sarcophagi, he says, looking up, sarcophagi.
they're probably gonna burst out.
Yeah, we probably
Try to
need to
murder
start
us?
making decisions. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, we probably accelerated that timetable.
Right. Well, I'm gonna start moseying over this way.
Sai,
Right,
from
Sai,
the
your
inside of the
experiment.
coffin that you're next to, you hear the sound of nails scratching on stone. And a gurgled sound that might sound like an animal.
Sai is getting more nervous. He casts a cure wound on himself.
Sai, this is your experiment. Come over here and start opening these sarcophagi.
Well, but this one's gonna open it on its own, right? So
They're all scratching, right, Christina? Because they all got blood.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear what
Or
you
is-
asked.
They're all scratching, or is one in particular sound like it's scratching more vigorously?
They are not all scratching. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, whichever one sounds the loudest, Sai, go for it.
wait, so I'm supposed to. What you said? There's latches, and then Akashaba pushes. Is that how it works?
I don't know
That
how
is-
those
No,
levels work.
no. Akashaba stands over here, next to Shield Guardian.
There are four
but you're-
latches on the corners of the sarcophagus to keep the top in place. They can be easily removed.
Yeah, Sai does the latches, but then he looks back to Akashaba. I don't remember your arms being that long. How are you gonna push it from over there?
No, Saithius, it's your experiment.
All of my experiments are on the ship.
You started this one.
Akashima is a little bit kind of like yelling it out. No, this one's yours. Go for it, buddy. You got this.
All right. Sai, feeling a lot of nervousness and timetable, despite his better judgment, is going to try to push the top off.
Don't worry, it probably won't disintegrate you.
Sai, make me an athletics check. Very good. Sai, you put your back into it, and the top of the sarcophagus slides off easily with a stony rumble. Where's my stony rumble sound?
And he gets ready to stab whatever is in the inside, even if it's not moving.
Sai, on the inside of this coffin, is not what you would expect. It is, for all intents and purposes, an incubation chamber. There's no body in here. But there is an egg in the center of the coffin. The egg, pulsating like a heart, has veins that crisscross all across its surface. And these veins, that look like roots, dig into the bottom of the coffin where presumably the blood comes from the center of the room. The veins are pulsating very obviously now as they sup on the blood that you have given it. The egg is half broken open, and you see a single malformed dragon arm. And it's clawing feverishly now at the air because it cannot scratch at the top of the coffin. Sai, make me a nature or a medicine check. I'll allow you to pick whichever one you want.
He absolutely would have stabbed first and then done the check after.
Make a grody check.
Make a disgusting. I will give you an egg, sir, in this trying time.
Lunge. Oh, alright. The egg moved. Lunge, stab, and then nature.
The egg.
15 for the nature check.
Sai, I'm gonna have you make that with disadvantage now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll again, and the lower will be what we take.
Okay.
So a 10 for the nature check.
Sai, whatever you have scrambled in here, was too malformed to keep it together, and as you stab it with your magical sword and release a bout of radiant and thunderous and piercing damage, there is nothing left that is identifiable. Just a bunch of ichor and some now pulsing, no longer pulsing veins that spiderweb across the inside of the coffin.
Rain, it was an egg, but I think I took care of it. It was beating, and now it's not beating anymore. Probably because I stabbed it. But I think before I stabbed it, I saw a dragon arm attached to the egg. It's very weird. You should come look at this.
No, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Good job, Sai.
But how can you pick it up from over there?
Because that is pretty consistent with everything else that we've seen so far. Whatever you just said. Yep.
Oh, okay. So should I do this next one, or are you going to do one?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're really capable of getting out of the sarcophagi on their own. If that was the one that was the loudest and it was still in its egg and it's latched and everything, maybe they're just going to run out of blood and they're all going to die, and it's going to be really sad.
What if there's a wizard like you around, and they can do the little invisible hand thing and open them all remotely?
Well, my wizard hand is almost as flimsy as mine, so probably unlikely. But we're also going to murder everybody else in this entire fucking place, so there's not going to be anybody left around to feed them.
Oh,
Nods off to the side at that point.
oh, okay. Should we?
Unless you really want to go
one?
through and systematically murder all of them. But the important thing is we did not find the MacGuffin we were looking for in the bottom of this sarcophagus, correct, Christina?
That is correct.
So that probably means we should look for a secret door, because I really don't want to fight that thing at the end of the hallway across the disintegrate ray.
The thing at the end of the hallway breathes heavily.
Rain is going to search the walls for a secret door, because the other ones are all behind secret doors.
Right?
We did not solve the... Oh, sorry. You know what? Go ahead. My bad.
Make me an investigation check. All right, Rain. I'll allow you to begin searching the walls. Kashaba, please continue.
We did not, Saithia, solve whatever it was that torched you. No, he's still over there.
Are you talking about the magic damage from the floor?
Yeah, I think Ren had specifically said you were affected by disintegrate spell.
Yeah, that didn't feel good. It's hard to describe, but it was like...
No, but is it gone now? Did you disable this trap?
Oh, I think Rain scares it away, but I think if Rain's not there, it might be brave enough to come back.
Rain,
Oh,
the
no,
water fountain catches your eye as it burbles with a stream of fresh water. It has to come from some source. A very small creature might be able to swim from fountain to fountain within the house.
I don't see how that's particularly useful.
If I'm stuck somewhere, I can
That is really
Yeah.
all you find. Now, Sai, you do remember there was a fountain on the other side of the room where the dragon was, so your initial idea of potentially turning into a fish and jumping through the fountain and swimming to the other side would have entirely been valid.
validation.
But it was only an idea that Sai had, so it doesn't count.
Now, that would allow you to go into the dragon's room and out safely, without potentially proccing that disintegration beam.
Well, but we have this other thing. Flix, if you're gonna fuck around over there for whatever you're doing, can Saithius have your little charm bracelet so he doesn't get disintegrated?
Flix is busy plucking art off the walls from behind these curtains in the hallway. Huh? What?
Yep, I need your little charm bracelet I just gave you like a week ago.
What are you trying to give Sai?
We had the little like charm bracelets that we got off. We had 3 total that that turned off the disintegrate ray.
Ah. Flix flies over and hesitantly gives Sai something that he owns.
Yeah, because we had the one...
Says something witty and goes to steal something.
Great.
Flix.
Finger guns.
Finger guns. Sai, you have the tokens that you need in order to pass through that disintegration beam without being affected. Rain had showed that they were potentially very effective, but you don't know what they are going to do against that abomination at the end of the hallway.
All right, well, are we going to go kill this thing or not? I'm all out of ideas to avoid
Stop
killing it.
From giving birth. If killing is what we have to do, then it looks evil.
So when you say these things, it just sounds bad.
Yeah, it's just how you say bad optics.
Yeah.
that why all
Well,
the
I mean,
crews
we could just...
Yes,
It's not moving. I could just lob fireballs.
I have a
Rain,
feeling-
Rain, make me a quick history check with advantage.
Advantage?
Oh. You briefly remember Victoria being very jealous of Alara and her newborn babe, Eris. Perhaps this is her babe. The life that she can create.
That's not a thought that Rain wants to have.
Well,
That's an intrusive thought.
That's a hella intrusive thought. As you all stare down the hallway at this hulking abomination, you see that it is less a mutant dragon and more something that has been cobbled together with multiple parts and altered, transmuted with magic in order to function together. It looks like it possibly might be vaguely sentient still. Another unfortunate, intrusive thought. Its eyes stare at you from behind this dais. And it
Hello in
breathes
there.
heavily.
Can you hear us?
It just continues to breathe, lying around in its own various fluids. It seems too corpulent to be able to move on its own. Rain, make me a medicine check.
Medicine. Actually, not so bad.
You are not sure that it has functional legs anymore, so it may not be able to get around quickly.
Rain is going to try Infernal and kind of repeat her message. Hello? Can you understand us?
It stares at you, but does not respond. Just continues to breathe laboriously, occasionally twitching.
Blink once if you can understand me.
To your surprise, the dragonflesh abomination's glowing green eyes very slowly and laboriously close into a blink.
Okay, I think she can understand us. Well, she can understand me at the moment. Maybe we can negotiate with her and set her free or put her out of her misery, depending on what she wants.
Wait. We are considering conversation with this.
Well, I don't. I think she was a dragon once, or at some parts of her were, and she's been corrupted like this, Akashaba. Isn't that? It's not her fault that she's in this form necessarily, right?
Well, as you explain it, like Akashima's face suddenly just gets like really like sad as it kind of dawns on him. Oh, we honestly we fight so many horrible things. It's sometimes difficult to tell which ones are horrible by choice and which ones were made horrible.
I mean, look at her legs. Like, she can probably barely walk. Surely she doesn't. This is not the life she chose for herself. And she's sentient.
Hell, all right. You want to maybe try, I guess, a negotiation?
Or something. We'll see. Rain turns back to the abomination in Infernal again. Is there... Do you want to be set free? Blink once for yes, twice for no.
The abomination's eyes close, and it does not respond. There is a heavy breath, a sigh escaping. Rain, make me a perception check. Kashaba, sigh. How about you guys? Sigh, very softly, you think you hear the sound of metal. It might be chained.
He notes that quietly, but doesn't think that's information that Rain cares about.
The abomination does not answer your question, Rain, and looks at you once again with open eyes.
I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Let's try yours. What's your idea?
Well, she obviously has difficulty communicating in this form, but I could try to enter her dreams and communicate with her via her dreaming.
Alright, well, I was going to say I have spelled it would just remove her from plane. Maybe that would help, but no, we can maybe try your thing.
Is that permanent, though? Do you get to choose where you send her? Or is that like a temporary thing?
Well, so I've only ever read about it. I've never actually tried to use it, but I think I could probably send her to a plane of my choosing.
Are you talking about banish?
Yeah.
That's not how banish works.
I know that. Akashiba does.
Okay, fair enough.
Kashiba's like, I can send creatures across planes. Like, bitch, you
Akashiba's
cannot?
generally- Yeah, if you were in the club, you'd be like, Akashiba, there's no way that girl would go out with you. And Akashiba would be like, I think I can make it happen.
I got a shot. Well, maybe we reserve that in case we have to, make her disappear very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just option. I do kind of feel like, again, we are on timeline here, so you just tell me how you want to do it.
Okay, well, this shouldn't take terribly long. Yeah, no, it's a minute. It lasts for 8 hours. Yeah, no, this is good. Just give me a minute.
Stab all the eggs while you're doing that for a minute.
No, maybe let's not possibly enrage her, Sai.
Oh,
Let's hold off on the eggs for now.
okay.
But I am going to come back here just in case she has some kind of awful, like, acid breath type attack that is perfectly set up for murdering people in a narrow hallway directly in front of her.
What? Who would do something so horrible like that?
I know.
What?
What kind of monster?
What kind of absolute psychopath?
I see your level design, Christina. And Rain will cast Dream. And I believe if she is awake, she is aware of the effect of the spell and can choose to sleep, I think is how I read that.
Okay. All right. Rain, you take a quick cat nap.
So hopefully she chooses to take a nap when she feels, the little urge in the back of her brain saying, "You're sleepy. You're getting tired."
The abomination, end of the hallway, puts her head down on the magic sigil that she's currently placed on and closes her eyes and will allow you to enter her dream.
Real quick, is this are we any sort of copyright danger with reflection? Because this is kind of their whole thing. Are we just allowed to do dream investigation?
Hey! Rain did this first. Go for it, roll.
Yeah, well, yeah. I assumed that we had given them the right, but that's fine if you don't think there's going to be illegal issues. And we don't have any legal counsel at the studio, so I guess we just do it.
Hey, just got it. You know what? Do first, ask permission later. Right?
Per my last email.
Per my last email.
All I'm saying is, Rain has just chosen not to send the cease and desist to Reflections yet.
Fair.
Rain, you begin to travel down the raging river of memory. And just like how Alara had taught you, it is a tumultuous journey. And the abomination will allow you to enter their dream.
Hope you had a dreamscape ready, Christina.
Shut up.
Christina's like, yeah, let's go take a 5-minute break.
I mean, I could, but we'll let this go.
All right.
Rain. Inside the dream of the abomination is not a singular entity, but it is a swarm of voices, similar to what perhaps Azrael would encounter on a daily basis, but
who's Azrael?
I don't know.
This is rapidly turning into a multiverse.
It's
episode.
a multiverse. It's like the world all exists at the same time. It's crazy. But as you delve in, they are not fully formed souls, all kind of mashed together in one talented package, like Azrael. But they are like bits and pieces of souls. And they're all kind of cobbled together, like fractured memories, portions of someone's life that happened in their teenage years, but they don't remember anything about growing up or even being born or dying or anything like that. They're all just fragmented memories, all pierced together. It's just chaos in the head. And there's not one cohesive thought that you can actually hang on to. This abomination's mind is just as cobbled together as its body. And you're surprised it can still understand anything, let alone communicate in blinks. But the one thing you notice is that all of these cobbled together souls, these parts and these pieces, as you zoom out of this vision, are all kind of burbling together in this cook pot. The pot is being stirred by Victoria Vicadis, and this is possibly the first time you get a glimpse of what Victoria looks like, even outside of the dream. One moment. I actually have to get her token out.
Is this thing like Twitch chat plays dragon actions?
Twitch chat plays Tiamat.
And stirring the pot, a red-haired vampire woman, and just like Catherine, her sclera's black as night, with a piercing red glare. She stirs this pot and samples it, licking her lips and seeming satisfied with her concoction. She pours another goblet of blood into the cauldron as she stirs it, dragon parts coming to the surface of this pot, boiling and stirring around. And the blood she gets from the goblet, the The source she rips from her veins with her teeth, pours it into the goblet, and then pours the goblet into the pot. And she smiles as whatever she is cooking is taking shape. The malformed, tiny dragon hand emerging from her cookpot. And she smiles and looks directly at you, Rain.
So, wait. So am I in Victoria's dream right now?
It is... No, there's no mistaking it. This dragonflesh abomination has fed on Victoria's blood. And the reason why it is retaining shape is that it is being imbued with some of her life force. But that is not just the only thing keeping it together, but necrotic, dark, arcane magics. The souls that are put into this body, incomplete, would be an abomination to any umbrellan. The memories that are incomplete are truly an abomination.
Can I try to decipher how to possibly unwind this magic? Seeing the actual ritual being performed?
This sort of cooking caper is complex, and it would be like trying to take a finely crafted dish and once again reduce it to its base parts. Not an easy task. All of these things that are cobbled together and placed into this abomination are being held together simply by magic and will alone. They do not belong together, and should be returned to Arctis.
Sure, so not necessarily break it into its original components, but sever the things tying it, this thing together. Are there specific elements of spellcraft that can be severed to break apart? Well, the abomination. The whole thing's an abomination. But...
Well, as you watch Chef Victoria cook her dragonflesh soup, you understand that destroying Victoria and her blood ties to the abomination would allow you to put the abomination's cobbled together souls to rest.
Okay.
But Victoria would be the key, and she is probably also the key to many of these other blood rituals that are happening.
So I can actually shape the dream.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to eject Victoria from the dream, or the image of Victoria in this weird fucking ritual, and instead replace it with a beautiful twilight glade. And each of these little dragon souls I'm going to try and latch onto and give them a little bit of still an incorporeal form, but little incorporeal dragon whelps, and let them perch on the tree branches of this beautiful twilight meadow.
Victoria's face contorts in rage as she is ejected from her own pleasant dream, and no longer tormented by the stirring cookpot of Victoria. The dragon flesh parts, or the dragon parts that she has pulled together into her magical soup, all float to the surface like alphabet soup in a bloody broth. And all the little dragon parts and pieces, feet and teeth and eyes, legs and arms and insides and entrails, all start to kind of congeal together into one, vaguely dragon-shaped mass. As you change the scenery from the cookpot to the twilight glade, these parts go cascading across the ground. And it's kind of a very gross... It looks like somebody just upended a giant bowl of chili onto a neatly mowed field. but all the little parts that begin to quiver, guided by your dream whelps, seem to remember what they were a part of a long time ago. And some almost seem thankful in the dream. At least the parts that have recognizable emotional things. There is a more distinct sense of peace that washes over the dream, as the liquids from the cookpot are replaced by bountiful blades of grass, red grass, and blood fern, but grass nonetheless that is fitting for Polaris. And the night is comforting. And, at least for now, the pieces and the parts of the dragons that you have saved from Victoria's torment are at peace.
So,
one moment, Akashaba,
okay.
you notice as the dragonflesh abomination is sleeping, its breaths are getting less laborious, and it begins breathing in even tones through its hole-laden lungs. It seems to be sleeping peacefully, but the distinct thing that you see is that there is a miasma rising from its corpulent body that suddenly disappears.
Well, Akashaba, being no stranger to exorcisms and purification rituals, is going to go ahead and, I guess, roll a religion check at that.
Yeah, go ahead. Make it with advantage. Whatever Rain is doing is working, but the true nature of it, you're not sure. The dragon abomination does seem to be more at peace, but its form is still hideous to observe. Rain, the dragon parts in the dream are at peace for now. What do you do?
So I want to try and communicate with, I guess, the pieces that seem more sentient, or at least seem to possess more of their sentience than others. And Rain will kind of conjure an image of the lockets. I believe one of these might be in your home. Do you recognize it? Have you seen something like this?
A couple of scales seem to form. There are 3 scales that form together in a little like Y. Like it's trying to say yes.
Okay.
Akashaba, the abomination in its form that you are witnessing, lifts a tiny malformed arm and scratches a couple scales off of its cheek. And they go clattering to the ground. And they roll, they roll, and they roll. And the scales roll. And they flip, and they stop. Right up here.
Do we have the telepathic bond up?
We do.
Akashaba says over the bond, whatever you are doing, the dragon, well, sort of dragon thing it's breathing easier and clawing, I think, scales off its face, Rain?
I will let you adjudicate this, Christina, because the bond works as long as we're on the same plane.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, so Rain can communicate outside the bond.
It is, technically, I'll allow this, yes. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Arctis planes are funny.
Ain't no rules say a dog can't play basketball.
Airbud!
Sorry, Akashba, you said something about scales? Bipping and bopping?
Yeah, the scales like were clawed off its face, and then the scales rolled away like to other side of the room.
Oh, they might be showing you where the locket is. Are you have one of the little Gugas to walk into the room, I think. So maybe follow them. Maybe they're showing you where that is.
to not get zapped like Scythius did.
So, as you approach the rune, if your thing is working, the rune should dissipate as you get closer to it before you actually step on it.
Alright, Akashima gets closer to it.
Just be ready to jump back or past if it still zaps you.
Christina, do I notice it dissipating?
Do you step on it?
Well, so what Rain specifically said was if Akashima got closer to it.
Yeah,
That's how it worked last time.
it begins to fade as you step closer to it.
Akashima deep gulps and tries really. No, you know what? He's gonna get a running start. he's gonna jump over it because
don't go too fast because maybe it doesn't fully dissipate. No, I'm kidding.
It does not. Yeah, he clears that without needing a roll.
A huge jump. You land on the other side, and well, it's the smell of the rotting abomination is rather gross. But there are 3 scales at the top of this room, and they're forming a small arrow that's pointing at this wall.
Akashima is going to search the wall.
Make me an investigation check, please. With advantage. Akashima, you search the wall and you find a small scale-shaped crack in the stone. It looks to be exactly the size of one of the scales that the abomination has peeled off its cheek.
Akashima casts guidance on himself, nervously eyeing the scales. Akashima is going to reach out one hand very gingerly and pick up one of the scales. Like he touches one of the scales and just sees if anything happens.
It is slightly sticky and slimy to the touch, but nothing happens.
You hear over the link. Ugh. He picks up the scale and then he puts it in the scale-shaped recess.
A hallway appears as the stone door slides open.
Oh, yeah, then a hallway appeared, secret door, whole shebang.
Did you find the locket?
Well, there is door that is closed. I have not tried to go in it because everything in this house is terrible. Akashima is going to investigate the door.
Okay, make me an investigation check. Akashima, this fine and sturdy oaken door is not locked and does not appear to be trapped.
Alright, well, it looks safe enough. Akashima throws it open.
You find in here a small study. And inside, a comfortable chair and a stool, a diary full of interesting papers, and on the table, a glinting amber locket.
Akashima walks right past the locket and then just like sits down in the comfy looking chair and just kind of sprawls out.
There is a significant amount of dust that kicks up from the chair as you sit down in it, but it is plush and very comfortable.
Akashima stretches and you just hear over the link, oh my god, this is nice.
It is a cozy and comfortable study. And, well, honestly, it looks very normal. There is a curious piece of paper half folded on the bed that you see as you stretch your toes.
Akashima stretches out and kind of yawns and says over the link, oh, no sign of the locket yet, but I'm looking.
Okay, I just don't know how long I can keep the dragon from, bathing the entire room in dragon fire, unholy dragon fire. So, do try to look quickly. Maybe get Sai to help.
Akashima looks around and just sighs. I found the locket. No, I got so lucky.
Oh,
and he picks up the
perfect.
locket and he leaves.
Kashima, you can pick up the locket.
Oh, there was other stuff with it too. Okay. Akashima leaves. And yeah, he's gonna quickly make a dash over to the other side of the rune. All right, I have it, Rain. You can come back.
Oh, okay. So in the dream, Rain kind of, well, I don't know what the hell Rain's been doing this whole time. Thank you very much for your help. I can't do much, but I promise you that we will release you from this torment, and you can return to Arctis, and your souls will be at peace. The best I can do for now, though, is I can leave you with this pleasant dream for a time.
The shattered dragon souls, only being held together by Victoria's vampiric magic, give you a sense of thanks, as your dream greatly comforts them.
Here, we can maybe liven this place up a little bit before I leave, and Rain will make lots of fluffy little delicious-looking bunnies for the dragon spirits to chase and, do whatever they want to do.
The dragon spirits are slowly starting to remember what they once were, as they are no longer subjected to constant forms of dreamlike torment, and are beginning to reform very, very slowly, mind you, but into vague dragon shapes, enough to cavort around your dream glade with some amount of glee.
And I will leave them to enjoy an 8-hour, peaceful, lovely, except any, rending of bunny flesh that they choose to do, because they are predators, dream.
These now gooey dragon bits, jelly dragons, are just chasing the bunnies around, and seem content to do so.
Perfect. And I will vacate the dream and let them have a peaceful little rest.
Rain, you open your eyes, and unfortunately, Saithius is still here.
Hi.
All right. So that worked? Akashba? Where's Akashba?
I'm over here. Yes, Akashba walks over and he's gonna wave the locket around.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Well, this is this last one.
Was that it? You just found the locket?
Oh no! Hold on. I found some other stuff. And he goes rummaging through his pack.
Did you grab anything else in that room, or did you just grab the?
Yeah, he holds a scroll of sacrifice pawn in front of Rain. I don't understand this one, but yeah, found it.
Well, okay, sure.
I also found a couple potions, but I'll probably just hold on to those.
Sure, that sounds fine. So while I was in there, obviously they were mashed together from different parts of dragons by Victoria, and she used her own blood to kind of bind them together into whatever that amalgamation is. I'm pretty confident that if we destroy Victoria, the thing that binds all those souls together should dissipate as well, and they should be able to return to Arctis, to the memory of Arctis. I don't know, however this place's afterlife fucking works. It's all very confusing, but I think that's our ticket. For now, they should have a lovely little dream for a bit. Maybe the most at peace they've been in a very long time.
Would it not be better just to end them?
Why? Why cause them pain when us just killing Victoria will let them pass peacefully?
Well, did you imagine we were going to kill Victoria here? I kind of figured that would be, well, just not something we were up to, and then dream would end and they would go back to suffering. But if you feel confident...
Oh, we're going to murder the shit out of that bitch.
Okay. No, I mean, I'm all for it. I felt bad based on what you were discussing. Like, it seemed like temporary reprieve was maybe not best option, but if you feel confident that will be good, then yeah, we can do that.
Well, the dream should last for 8 hours, so it's hopefully they don't have to come back to being in pain and suffering for too long after.
All right.
Okay, great.
Then, I guess, where are we taking all these again? I've been in here so long, I no longer remember.
Oh, the MacGuffin room. To the MacGuffin room.
You know, Rain, what was that dreaming like? Was it nice?
Not at first. Their normal dream was pretty awful. It was them just kind of reliving the torture of the ritual that Victoria performed on them. But I made it, I think, nice.
Do you think maybe you could do that to me sometime?
Akasha, down here.
Oh, coming.
You want to dream?
Well, yeah, I mean, the only dream I had was Laryl telling her people to jump in a pit to a demon. It was nice, but, I mean, it sounds like it could be nicer, right?
Sure. I don't dream a lot, Saithius, but, basically never. But I think I can perform that, sure.
Oh, dreams are great. I definitely recommend them, Saithia. Sometimes you dream about steaks, or sometimes beautiful women. It's
Rain,
great.
as you walk into this room, you do notice that there is a passage there that was not there before.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. So I actually knew that, but Akashba, like, in character wouldn't have known because he just went in the room. Like, he didn't investigate it.
Oh, what's this passage over here?
Oh,
This is new.
I think that's where Akashba went, but from the other side.
Where did I go?
Oh shit, it is.
Oh, well, this is, yeah, okay. That's my
Rain,
bad, too.
your favorite thing, there's a bunch of paperwork on the bed.
Oh, there's papers.
Rain,
Is that it?
if you want to double click what's on the bed, tell me what comes up.
Spare parts, trade manifest. Location of origin, Glacia Harbor, Aesir. Destination, Maginox Polaris. Contents: 1. Skull of the dragon Kalmatos, reborn dragon of Polaris. Dragon facts. Did you know that Kalmatos was once a black dragon before being reborn to Arctis? Unfortunately, Kalmatos' personality changed drastically for the worse during their reincarnation. Dragon facts. Bill of
Just-
sale.
Putting it on screen so everybody else can see it.
Okay.
Is it possible to unsubscribe from Dragon Facts?
No,
No,
never.
You literally cannot.
Oh, no.
Like, there's like you can type like stop, you can text them back stop, but they just send you more dragon facts. Bill of sale: 5 times animated long swords, 2 times husks, Drow Vaki. 100 units of blood shards, 1,000 platinum. That's a lot. Wait, is this the skull that we grabbed? Is Flix's fucking skull the skull of Kalmatos?
It is.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh wait, there's another trade manifest. Am I supposed to be able to see that?
Yes, there are 2 pages.
Trade manifest 2. Location of origin: Mercurius, the Shining Lord, Sealy Court, Auralia. Destination: Maginox Polaris. Contents: 1. Large prismatic dragon hide, as is condition. Dragon not included. Dragon facts. Did you know that prismatic dragons were once hunted by humans so they could harvest their horns to facilitate interplanar travel? Fairies hate that. Dragon facts. Bill of sale: 1 animated great sword. Final destination. Oh god, it went back.
Sorry.
Final destination: Temple of the Chosen. 1 times Lunesti Moonblade. So this is where the fucking Moonblade is. This fucker in Auralia, probably. Shit.
So we just need to get a large prismatic dragon hide, and
No, we just need to go
Trade it
kill a
back.
bastard who killed a dragon and took its hide and took the Moonblade. That's what we need to do. We need to go kill a fucking Sealy Prince. That's pretty normal for me, actually.
Wait, isn't it just a merchant? Like, don't we just do merchanty things and trade and get a receipt and we go on our day?
Rain, make me a history check with advantage.
No. That was the bill of. That's what I believe Victoria traded to get her prismatic dragon hide.
That is correct.
Yeah, but can't we trade back?
You are very aware of who Mercurius is. And the Shining Lord, let's just say, he is a lot. Mercurius is the Mercurial Lord, and he loves to distract, dance, cavort, and he is a very atypical fairy, but he does not stop, and he will allow you to consume anything to your heart's content within his court. It is the epitome of gluttony, and he revels in it.
He's kind of like Flix, but not endearing in any way, shape, or form at all.
And he only requires your name in return.
Oh, what an asshole. Sai, I don't think we could just trade back seas. I don't think that's usually how it works. Also, we would have to find the dragon hide, and I don't know that we're going to find that. It's kind of all part of, the abomination now.
Oh, that thing down there is the... Oh.
Maybe not, though. I mean, we found Kalmatos's skull separate. Akashaba, I think your locket should go to the one on the far side there. And then that should turn off the disintegration ray that you just walked in front of.
Oh, I felt safe. I definitely did not just forget.
Akashaba, as you approach the sickly golden laser gate, it dissipates.
You know how much time it took to gather all these things? Like, really, do we submit some kind of expense report, or how does this go? We really need to get on top of this.
Well, I think once... What are experience points?
Maybe some kind of invoice. I don't know. We need to, we always do these... He looks at Rain. We always do these adventures, and, we never charge anything. And I know for a long time I was not really interested in that. But, when the adventures take this long and I get stuck in city I really dislike, I'm going to be honest, Flix's points start to make more sense.
Well, maybe we can invoice House Lunesti once they're back on their feet for, each individual MacGuffin we return to them, and we can certainly invoice Catherine for rescuing her, right? That seems invoiceable.
Well, what if instead of money we just get Eris Lunesti to be more fun again? Maybe that's what we charge.
I think you just need to get a bottle of wine for that, Akashaba.
Yeah, maybe that's right. He did drink a lot in Borealis. That's when he was at his most fun. I do remember all the day drinking. Yeah,
he has gone through quite a bit of trauma since then, though. Maybe some, wine and spa day would do him some good, actually.
That one day we did. Saetis, this is before you joined, but we did kind of spa day, and we hung out, and it was a great day.
Oh, is that why you were all friends and I feel like an outsider?
No, that's because you make
not
terrible
why.
choices, but,
Oh.
Yeah. But I will say, Sai, since getting hit by a laser, you have been very, very not a problem, so thank you.
Well, there was the whole bit with the baby eggs and everything, but I think that was fine. This is relatively harmless.
I think this may be start of new leaf. Maybe if you get hit by giant enough laser, your brain says, "Oh, maybe I should just be smart."
Yeah, you're just kind of starting to build endearing qualities. Sai, it would be horrible if something happened to you suddenly.
Yeah,
This makes sense. Like you create a new leaf and you get better, and then that the season changes and the leaf shrivels and falls off the tree, and you go back to how you were before the new leaf, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess like natural cycle. So maybe right now this is like your spring, but fall and winter are always just right around the corner.
Yeah. So we gotta gather our nuts and save them.
Oh, okay, maybe you gather all the nuts. How's that?
Speaking of nuts, should we take a rest here? Maybe, Sai, you can make a delicious meal, or do we want to just charge ahead into that room? I feel like we need to
Well,
wait for
we
Flix to
don't-
finish his petty larceny.
I was going to say, we don't really have Flix, so I guess we'd probably wait.
I will, just for posterity's sake, this next room is okay to go in without Flix.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I mean, I don't know if it's a good vibe to cook around the glowy disintegrating skull. Like,
Okay. But against my better
Just guess
judgment,
what
maybe we'll go to the next room and maybe it'll have a better vibe.
How do we sort of adventure group that says vibe now?
The massive obsidian door that stands before you is etched from top to bottom with arcane runes that Rain had previously deciphered as extremely dangerous. But now, those runes are no longer glowing with magic, and the skull behind you no longer has glowing eyes of green, although the green brazier glows slightly with a dull green light. Things seem clear. And as you approach the door, it seems to hearken to your presence, and rumbles open.
No, we left Harkin on the ship.
All the worse.
A massive
that's what's ominous.
chamber lies beyond.
I don't know that this room has better vibes necessarily.
Vibe check?
Oh, no, but seriously, when did we incorporate vibes into our group vernaculars? Should I start saying vibes?
I think it's okay to say vibes. I think it's fine.
What
Need
you
to add a little bit of fresh vocabulary every now and then.
What you have now understand as Victoria's resting chambers is a massive, secretive place, full of pillars made of obsidian that stand from floor to ceiling. The ceiling, which for Sai is 40 feet high, is an impressive dedication to the night. A massive mosaic above your head appears to depict the eternal night of Polaris and other creatures of the night, bats, vampires, werebeasts, all across, painted across the ceiling in colors of purple and red. Inside the chamber, on a raised dais 3 steps high, is an obsidian sarcophagus built for a powerful vampire. And creeping into the sarcophagus and on this dais are veins that pulse, thick and wet and fresh with blood. They seem to seep into the cracks around this obsidian sarcophagus and disappear into the floor below, giving the room some sort of ominous heartbeat. Candles that once were possibly ceremonial in honoring Victoria are covered in dust and spiderwebs, long unused. There are channels inside this room, going from the north and the west and the east, that appear to be channels that carry some sort of liquid. These are deeper, ornamental, and more precise. Large amounts of blood have been siphoned either to or from this room. And you can see traces of the debris that the blood is left behind as it sloshes through these channels. Victoria's sarcophagus awaits. There is a deep sense of foreboding as you look across this ancient vampire's chambers, as you are the first to do so.
All right, maybe we should have waited for Flix, Akashima says, taking a visibly nervous step or 2 back.
Yeah,
It seems quiet.
it does.
Do you
Apparently-
not sense the ominous vibes, though?
No. It looks like everything else we've been in, just taller.
It does.
Rain, it reminds you briefly of almost like the heartbeat of Maginox. Pulsing.
Another intrusive thought. Victoria would like it to be the heartbeat of Maginox, sure. We were led to believe that she was in the middle of a ritual. I don't know that she's here if she's supposed to be performing a ritual. It doesn't seem like what's going on here. Give me a moment. Rain is going to take 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Na.
All right.
Sai is gonna spend time, those 10 minutes going through whoever's bags let him to look for ingredients to try and make an epic meal.
Sai opens the gate to the vampire's chambers. Cooks.
I mean, vampire blood just gets him hungry.
Rain, you begin to cast Detect Magic as Sai whips up a delicious meal. I mean...
Oh, to be clear, he needs an hour for the meal. He's just cataloging the ingredients to think about, to get inspired.
Forgive me. As Sai catalogs.
Rain will gradually approach the sarcophagus at the center.
The entire room thrums with ambient magic, and as the edge of your Detect Magic hits the veins, there has been traces of transmutation magic here, as something has been changed from life into death, providing an outlet. The veins are pulsing inwards as Victoria takes and is not wont to give. The edge of the sarcophagus in your Detect Magic has a familiar aura, one that you first sensed in the Moon Sage's sanctum.
Is it like a dream spell on it or something?
It is like a strong rift in the in the barriers between worlds. Interplanar magic.
Oh, so it's like a doorway or a gateway,
The sarcophagus is a gateway.
like Vanix.
Yep. But instead of a pit, it is a neat coffin.
I think I know where she is. She's not on this plane. That sarcophagus is a gateway to another plane. Can I get a sense of what plane it goes to?
Rain, make me an Arcana check. This is a very high DC.
I mean, bad. It's a bad place.
Not this place and not any place you're familiar with.
I think it's like Vanix. It goes somewhere else. We'll have to fight her there.
No, not like Van X. That was terrible.
I don't know. I thought it went rather well.
You did not see what I saw.
What did you see?
It's private.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You actually hear a little quake in Akashima's voice as even remembering it like clearly stresses him out.
That sort of powerful magic in order to pull the memory and make it real for someone else. Why, you've only seen that in Vanix, the Moon Sages, and, well, other members of the Order. Powerful and strange magic.
Let's just, it's gateway. Let's just come back outside. Let's wait for Flix and then figure out the next steps.
Yep, of course. I'm just going to do a little circumnavigation real quick, just to make sure there's not any other traps or anything laying on wait for us. And that's exactly what Rain will do with Detect Magic up.
We'll go see if I can find Flix.
Why don't you guys set up camp outside? and I'll put up the dome in a
Akasha,
minute.
Flix will be rummaging through this room to the south.
Okay. Cash was just gonna park it here.
Do you want like a investigation check, Christina? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, damn.
Rain, you begin to keenly eye the room as you walk across the deep blood channel. It has been used for a significant number of rituals. You go across and around the obsidian pillars. Where the wall bows out, where you are, you hear the sound of water from the other side. A reservoir. Probably where the fountains are getting their fresh water from. But it seems innocuous and not magical. The rest of the channels still thrum with the remnants of arcane energy. Magic was performed here at one point, powerful magic, but the constant, strong pinging of that interplanar coffin is just the only thing that you notice in this room as you are wandering around. It is massively powerful. And essentially just, this is what Victoria's had to do in order to create this gateway between worlds. But where does it go?
Honestly, I have some pretty good theories already, and none of them require this much fucking blood magic, so really just goes to show you how, talentless Victoria really is.
Maybe she's a lich.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense, Akash, or Saithius.
Whoa!
Did we establish that liches just don't exist?
Well, we established that for liches to exist, they would just have to be ridiculously bad wizards.
True.
So, Rain is willing to concede that, maybe Victoria is just a really bad wizard, and, maybe it just happened. Her disdain for Victoria is taking over her, better judgment in terms of healthy and productive magical dabbling.
Rain, you have detected all the magic. I'm going to remove that animation.
But it's so fucking cool,
It's
though.
very good. I love it. I do love it.
It's so dope. Okay, we'll just get rid of it. It's fine.
Okay. Rain, as you move around the room, there was nothing really amiss, and you feel it might be your only last safe place to rest before potentially encountering Victoria.
In there
Oh, well.
versus out here. I feel better about that place.
It's up to you.
I do feel like these are all secret doors. Actually, hang on. Can we shut this door? Is it possible to shut these doors? The secret
It's not
doors?
a door. That's where the shield guardian punched the wall in. You cannot shut it. It's fucked.
That one's fucked.
That's rubble. You cannot
maybe,
lock
okay.
the rubble.
Maybe we do hide in the other room then, so just so nobody comes in after us. We can't really seal these secret doors up, or at least not all of them.
There is a bed in the other room, at least in the Victoria's secretive study.
Oh yeah, there looked like a really comfy chair in the other room. Did you see that?
Oh!
Akashiba?
It was kind of nice.
What comfy chair? Oh, I didn't see it because I was so busy looking for Locket. No, let me give it a try.
Can we shut this one?
Yeah, you can shut that. You could also shut the door to this room as well.
More, I just don't want when because if we take a long rest, the dragon's gonna wake up, and I don't. Yeah, there we go.
You can
Yeah,
just
let's
place
all
the scale
pile
back
in
in the
here.
door and it rumbles shut.
All right. Well, perfect. Will your shield guardian be joining us, or is he going back in his Pokeball?
Shield Guardian will stay outside just in case any threat appears to let me know. And Akash was already sprawled out in the chair like he knows how to use the chair.
Okay. Respect. Rain will take the 10 minutes then to put up The dome.
The dome.
Akashima is
Got your
making what can
template
only
now.
be described as dad noises in the chair.
Rain, you cast Liamon's tiny hut, giving you a little force field. I have to sneeze. Now, as you get settled into this very dusty room and rest for the evening, the DM is going to sneeze again.
We're
You all
allergic to
decide to take a long rest.
Yeah.
Long rest, y'all? I
Yeah.
don't know what everybody needs. I could go with a short rest, but probably just best to do a long rest.
I do not have any level 5 or 6 spells, and while I could survive without those, that sounds boring.
That's fine. Yeah. If this is the last boss fight, let's fucking do a long rest and just everybody be happy.
Sounds good. The dragon
should we-
enjoys its dream and does not rouse or roar during your rest. I suggest you all heal up. I'm looking at you, Akashima.
I think Akasha's has hit the long rest button.
Oh, let me do sorry, I'm used to like us doing like rolls or something. Hold on, let me do it.
Yeah, it's a long rest, not a short rest, so.
Yeah. I hit. Okay.
Go.
Is there anything I need to look at while we're resting? Like any random magical items to identify?
Saithis is very pleadingly requesting anything that's in your bag that could be used as ingredients.
I don't have any ingredients for you, Saithius.
Are you sure? Like eggs or seeds or mushrooms or... I promise it'll be safe.
No, I don't. No, I don't have any of those things. No, that's ridiculous.
Oh, maybe
I have
Faithful
some-
carrying them all.
I have some incense for you.
Sigh as you
yeah.
pat
Try
your
it.
pocket for ingredients. The seed that you are carrying looks much more palatable. It looks more like a big juicy almond, as opposed to, and the burrs are gone. They're not even in your pockets anymore.
Oh yeah, he's already tagged that for one of the things he's gonna make, but he wants to make a full spread for everybody.
Oh, actually, I do have something that I want to look at. And no, it's not food, Saithia, so keep to yourself.
He looks so
Rain is-
excited and got so sad.
Rain is going to pull out the fucking dragon seed that she took from upstairs. I don't know, upstairs? I can't keep track how many floors we are down. I don't even remember.
Upstairs. This is
Nope.
the
Liar!
demon dragon seed. Sigh, Rain pulls out exactly the same seed that you found earlier.
Rain, that I could potentially make a very delicious dish with that. You are holding out on me.
However, yours has turned into an almond. Rain's is still spiky and full of burrs.
Saithius, you do not want to eat this. This
Well,
is
there's
like...
There's a lot of foods that you don't want to eat when you first take them off the tree, but sometimes they need to ferment, or sometimes you need to process them, and then they're super delicious and nutritious.
This is literally infused with the essence of slow and a dark god, Saithius.
Yeah. I also read somewhere that you are what you eat. So if we can make food that's really powerful and then eat that food, then maybe we'll become more powerful and be able to take on Victoria.
You want to take
Akashima
on the
is-
essence of a dark god?
Akashima
I mean-
is blissfully asleep in the chair.
No, I'm going to cast Identify on it.
Ah.
And you have your own anyway. You eat your giant almond or whatever.
Rain could technically, I guess, invade Akashima's dream with Saithius to make sure that Akashima does not escape this.
No, Rain doesn't hate Akashima.
Rain, as you cast Identify, what you hold in your hand is more akin to a parasite than a seed. physically, it is a container for a single drop of Tiamat's blood. Visibly, it looks like a dangerous pinecone-like seed, vaguely dragon-like in appearance. It's due to its somewhat barbed and scaled nature. These things, if Tiamat is locked away, it would take a significant amount of effort to get any part or portion of her across the plains. And encapsulated within this seed, and implanted who knows where, could cause untold amounts of trouble or corruption. You remember, as you picked up this seed, a vision of Laryl planting it. And Laryl, having been corrupted by a desire demon herself, was probably the closest to the nine hells of anyone who had cavorted with Victoria. But whatever nutrition this seed requires to grow is immense and requires a significant amount of time, dedication, magic, life, in order to get it into fruition. Whatever it ends up as is up to the holder, as it is a blessing, a bonsai of sorts, something to be cultivated and crafted, molded to the shape that they desire. Laryl was merely a messenger, a placing of the seed. And now they infest Victoria and Castle Vicadus, as it seems Victoria's blood and power is going to the Dark Queen herself.
So this one is not planted, though.
It is not planted. You could plant it, cultivate yourself anything you want, right? A new court, power, beauty, money, fear. This takes time. But whatever grows will grow to your specific desire. But once implanted, it cannot be removed. The blood of Tiamat cannot be cleansed by mortal men.
Full bargain.
I was really waiting for Rain to be like, I am no man.
And as you think and piece the things together, Tiamat, blood, a single drop across the plains. Laryl's desired demon, Victoria's incessant desire to get what she wants, to have Maginox for the night. Have Maginox, well, for herself. And if she were to control all of Maginox, all the blood and power and everything coming in, with Tiamat's influence behind her, and who knows how long she's been nurturing whatever seed she has. She's probably been nurturing it on that other plane.
As Rain kind of mulls these thoughts over, another intrusive thought enters her mind. There's also power in blood over the bestower. And that is what she will meditate on.
Mm-hmm.
Blood magic.
Blood magic.
Jazzy hands.
Everyone takes a long rest and wakes up feeling, well, if you are refreshed, that's fine, but there is an ominous feeling of dread hanging over you as You know that the worst is to come, and you don't know what Victoria has been growing in her garden or cooking in her pot on her pocket plane. But she has built whatever seed Laurel has given her to her desires. Is she a pawn? Is she... the BBEG? Maybe. But I would, you all can continue up until you see Victoria. If you like.
I'm down to I'm down if it doesn't make a difference to anyone else, and just kind of like not go into that room so that Flix has a little bit more time before we just like start the encounter.
I would definitely prefer to stop here if you're cool with that, and then like Scythes did some stuff during the long rest, and then I'll have like that concisely for the next session.
Okay.
This feels like a good place to stop for the year.
All right.
Anyway, I'm just calling my shot here before we go through this fight. This was actually who the jailer was trying to protect us from, Christina.
It was Victoria Vacatus all along.
From the top rope, Victoria Vacatus.
I don't know. Victoria feels more like a Sylvanas in this story, TBH.
Okay, so sorry. Next up, we'll meet the jailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
The jailer is the jailed. It's Tiamat. She's in the 9 hells. One of them.
Ooh, aren't you all going to be surprised when Dreon's the final boss?
Oh,
That guy who trips during an encounter?
he was Tiamat the whole time?
And it's just Descendant, and Descendant's like, wait, who are you? I'm sorry. Do we know you?
Hmm?
Dreon's like, I fucking hate this whole universe.
You guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short,
we didn't
short
have
session.
Dragon Mama.
I was a little sad I didn't get to like just snap banish it, because I think that thing probably would have had a low charisma save, and it would have been like the only thing I could have banished. But you know, what we did was, I guess, more like lore appropriate.
Cobbled together dragon of dragon parts, not the most charismatic thing in the world. No.
I seriously just wanted to do a call an ambulance, but not for me moment. But
But not for me.
I'm just excited that Akashiba's like he's like, I've got banish. Can I banish it? And I'm just like, what? Yes, please. I mean, maybe not right now, but like that's great. You're learning, honey.
Give it a shot. Akashiba,
Well,
I want to know what Akashiba's banishment like manifests as, like, because I picture like Rain just shoving people across the plains, but Akashiba, I imagine lasers. I think light.
It was actually just straight up going to be like the point. Like he just points like, and then like does the get out of here.
Does he have his one hand like over his face though, like anime style, and look off to the side?
It should be because like definitely now in my head, Akashiba and Shield Guardian represent like JoJo and Star Platinum. But I think Akashiba, as much as I'm enjoying that art style, Akashiba is like the opposite of JoJo's. Akashiba is more like the guy with BO. He does not have the drip.
His drip's getting better. So I also wanted to say, before everybody gets into Victoria, Vacatus in the next room, everyone will level up to 13.
Oh shit!
As you all ruminate think about your lives, and think about all the cool things that you have done, and hopefully that you do not die. You become more knowledgeable. And,
oh man, yes, I was making poisons this whole time.
So we'll see how that manifests, I guess, come the new year.
Yeah, let's see, today's the 21st, so the next time we play would be the 4th. Got it.
Yeah, because I think at least Trevor's out there next week.
Yeah.
Are you next
I'm
week?
just in New Jersey, so hypothetically I could find time to play.
I mean, I wanna play, so let's play if we can.
Do we fight the boss before the end of the year? Literally the last possible window before the end of the year.
2022! You have to kill
sick.
Victoria before the ball drops.
Shit.
Yeah, Trevor,
mean-
you should just do it.
I
Yeah,
think I would
if
be
you're healthy,
available.
I would be able to. But let's chat and make sure Flix is also available.
Yep.
That is true.
Well,
All right, everybody, I will let you go for today. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, talk to everybody, level up to 13, and get ready for a Victoria. Sounds
13 is
good.
a huge level for caster bros.
It's
Cool.
huge.
7th level spells.
whoa. All right. Hopefully see y'all next week.
Alright, night y'all.
All right,
Thanks
good night,
again,
everybody.
Merry
Tina.
Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. All right, everybody, that is it for Ascended today. Ooh, gold and legendary. Thanks for watching. Greatly appreciated. I have been sick for the past 4 days, so apologies if I sound a little bit like a frog. Epicator, Nukiyashi, thank you for gifting a sub to Epicator. Epicator and Nukiyashi, thanks for watching as always. What's up, etc. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in chat today. Greatly appreciated. Give your sick DM a follow over on YouTube. We're a small channel, and all of your subscribes are really appreciated. Watch us live on Twitch, and catch our shorts, funny moments on Twitter, and TikTok, and YouTube. They're condensed bits of awesome from the sessions. I'm your DM. Thanks for watching. And join us this Friday for a one-shot, the Arctis Holiday Special. Will our ramshackle group of friends save Christmas? We'll just have a fun one-shot for Friday. A bunch of people were out for the holidays, but a bunch of people were here, so we're gonna play a game. It'll be a fun one-shot, so don't miss it. I'll see you all on Friday. And have a great night.